What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And of course, this is a brand new treasure map, and here is my playthrough video today. We've been going through it pretty quickly, actually, because in a lot of cases, I've just been going straight through the middle of the map, not really going through the side paths that often. However, as time has progressed, I've found that these mini-bosses have scaled HP much faster than previous treasure maps, so do keep that in mind. And if you guys would have seen my video going through my own personal teams, I am using Buggy for one of the fights, and that fight I really do have to start targeting that fight of Chopper on the minimap, otherwise it does start to get a little bit difficult. But of course, the first boss that we take on is the intrusion battle boss versus Sabo. Sabo is very easy. He probably is the easiest of these fights, or at least for me personally, because obviously we do have all of these boosters, makes things a lot easier. But the Koala fight at the very end, initially, just on initial inspection, we did think that one was going to be really easy, and we thought Sabo was going to be hard, but after actually playing it, we've found that it's kind of like the reverse, where Sabo is the easy one, Koala is very difficult, and we'll get to Koala a little bit later on in this quest. But of course, we just use the Hancock, Nami, and Robin special to reduce our characters' cooldowns, as well as giving us a really substantial color affinity boost. And then with Luffy special to give us a full board of slots, we can get the orb boost as well. And if we just go ahead and do our normal attacks, we do a substantial amount of overkill damage towards those turtles. And luckily we are given normal attacks only, so the turtles do stay alive. I feel like this content was probably built for Super Tandem in mind, aiming to get the Super Tandem special to launch and then get those boosts active on that Rebecca stage. But either way, with the overkill damage, it makes it so that ulti special does so much damage, like over 20 million overkill damage with the team that we have here. And it means that that alone is going to kill Sabo at the moment. As time progresses, that obviously will not occur. Also, something to note is that ulti does apply a clock buff, meaning that after one turn has expired, you do get a 2x color affinity boost to striker and powerhouse characters, which means that you don't get the waifu special to activate, because there's no overlap there, which kind of sucks. But either way, we can switch the Yamato and Ace and get the conditional boost and basically take down Sabo without too many issues, considering the waifus do have barrier penetration, so we don't have to worry about that pesky barrier. The secondary boss here, as I mentioned, was going to be Chopper. I did take him on as the encounter boss in the middle of the map itself, and we are using the Buggy team, as I had said. I actually did build a secondary team that was able to take on the regular form of Chopper if I do make it to the end of the map and I didn't take him on in the middle, and that utilizes double free-to-play Odin with Rare Recruit Ashura Doji. We've also got the green treasure map Luffy with Brûlé support to get around the block slots, and then with green Luffy as well as the Sai Ashura Doji Rare Recruit, those two characters remove all the turns of attack down. But of course, if we're able to use this team in the mid-map, it's much better because we have a higher chance of getting some pretty nice drops, of course, because Buggy does dupe those drops. And Odin's special ability is very important for this fight, as it's the only special in the game currently that is boosted that actually gets around this really annoying barrier. It's a 30-hit combo barrier, which not a lot of teams can get through. So we do a lot of damage with Odin, and that is just enough to get the Chopper win. This other boss here versus Luffy I found to also start to be an issue in the end of the treasure map. Without taking him on in the mid-map, he has a lot of HP. I'm around nav level 38, 39 in this video, and the Luffy has like around 10 million plus HP on the final boss, which is just stupid. Like, the scaling is off the wazoo in this treasure map. So taking him on in the mid-map is a lot easier for me personally, because I don't have characters like the V3 Marco and V3 Big Mom, who are the most ideal characters to use for this fight. If you have Big Mom, this fight is way easier for sure, and even with Marco it makes it a lot easier. But because I don't have him, I'm using this team here, which is the Kaido crew, which is a little bit of like a speed farming team. Karakuri is very nice to get around most of the utility here, but if we do attack in a normal sense on the final boss, we can do a really good amount of damage with this team, but it's just much faster to take him on in the mid-map with this team. And now we get to the battle rush. So we have 2 bosses left over. We've got Shanks. So Shanks is pretty easy for me personally. I do have the X-Drake Legend from the Kizuna Clash Sugo Fests, and he's really great because you can use his super type special to wave clear the first 2 stages, which allows you to get through it much faster. And we do have the support of the Anniversary Rager attached to X-Drake, so when we use his special on the final stage, we can get an orb boosting effect. We can also get a full board of matching slots via the Sasaki special, if need be, probably not ultimately required right now. We also get Chain Boundary, we have Chain Boost, we have Attack Boost, we have a Base Attack Boost, just because we have to use all of the specials of all of the 8th Anniversary Rare Recruits, King, Queen, and Jack. And then of course Sasaki is on the team because not only does he give us those slots, but he's also a unit that you need to proc the super type of Drake, because the Kaido pirates, like the Animal Kingdom pirates, do not actually proc Drake's super type for some reason. It's only the Toby Ropo members and other Supernova characters. So if you do use X-Drake, make sure to build a team with one of those characters in it, so you can use the super type. You can also just save a super type for this stage as well, which treats all of these quick slots as matching for your strength units, but this is the option that I went with to make it a little bit faster. And of course, the final of the Battle Rush bosses is going to be against Hancock, Nami, and Robin. And this team, like the team that we have here, does so much damage towards it. It is a little slower compared to the other teams that you would have seen in this video thus far, because we don't have a wave clearing special. Technically speaking, I can take out the Robin Rare Recruit on this team for some type of wave clearer, because you just don't need this Robin on the team. She's only here because she's a relatively high point booster. And then the 2 Rare Recruits of Sanji and Zoro from the 8th Anniversary Sugo Fest, both of those characters get around a majority of the debuffs on this stage. And then you've also got Bon Clay, and Bon Clay is very important for this team because he is one of the characters we can use to get a full board of matching slots, because all of your type slots are treated as badly matching on this final boss stage. So being able to just get a full board of slots via that Bon Clay, who can also change his typing to a Dex character to get more type advantage. And we've also got Color Affinity from Frankie's Switch effect, which also gets around the Despair. And then we've got their special ability to get a 2.5 attack and orb boost. Just so much damage on this team, and this team will not have to change throughout the entire duration of this treasure map, that's for sure. Alright, so now we get to the final boss versus Koala. So I did mention very early on in this video that initially when we looked at the breakdown of what was happening in this quest, we did think that Koala was the easy one and Sabo was the more difficult fight, but it was definitely the roles reversed. This Koala fight's really annoying because of the damage immunity on stage 2 versus Perona, and also Perona, you don't really get any type advantage if you aim to use the 8th Anniversary characters against it, because Perona is a Psy character, which sucks, and if you do stall one turn to outpace that damage immunity buff, she's going to slotbind your entire team, and then, yeah, that's just obviously not a good thing to happen because you don't have matching slots. Luckily, Ulti, Luffy, and Kaido, those 3 characters can resist the slotbind that we get given. So if you have the slotbind tablets for these characters and you want to use them, and if you do have to stall it out, then you can obviously do that. Otherwise, you have to bring a character to remove the damage immunity, whether that be the Rare Recruit Pudding from the Marco and Big Mom batch, or the Clash Blackbeard, which is not an ideal option, that's for sure. But obviously, you know, we make do with what we got. We're able to get through it still, and this will still work for a pretty good amount of time anyway, despite the fact that the HP scaling is kind of crazy. But either way, we get through it, which means we have the highest possible point boost for this treasure map being 12.44 on this final boss fight, which gives us a pretty substantial amount of points, that's for sure. And remember that 20 million points is the max threshold to get all of the rewards in this treasure map, which is a lot different compared to a lot of other treasure maps of the past. So make sure you go ahead and get farming, get grinding. Hopefully you guys have some really good luck with your point rewards and your legend tickets in the treasure map. Hopefully they all go well. But that is going to wrap up this video today. Thank you so much for watching, and if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.